CJ, literally every sports show in the country today is going to lead. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say it. Every sports show in the country is probably going to lead with LeBron and the Lakers and saying their loss to the Timberwolves was the most important thing to happen in the NBA last night as the Timberwolves advance and the Lakers season comes to an end. But not me. Not me, because I had a crystal clear favorite moment of the NBA playoff action last night, and it came with 4:14 left in the Warriors-Rockets game, in a game where the Rockets had led by as many as 31 points. Steve Kerr had emptied his bench halfway through the third quarter, but his end-of-the-bench guys had fought back into the game to make things at least a little bit interesting, got it within 13, so the Rockets starters go back in, and suddenly there's a fight for a rebound between Dillon Brooks, Moses Moody, and Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer, brother of Memphis Grizzlies own Cam Spencer. And then it pops off where Pat Spencer's getting into it with Alperen Sengun. And next thing you know, Pat Spencer and Alperen Sengun are having a moment together, and Pat Spencer goes for what officials would deem an attempted headbutt on Sengun. The Rockets starters in a fight with the Warriors scrubs, not something I anticipated, but even more so of something I did not anticipate, was a Memphis Grizzlies shout-out in last night's Warriors-Rockets game. Take a listen to what happened with the officials following this moment.
Followed by a technical foul and ejection on Cam Spencer for the illegal headbutt. One shot for the technical and then free throws off the penalty.
Oh, he met Pat Spencer, his younger brother Cam, of course, part of the national championship team at Connecticut, but Pat Spencer's night.
I'm sorry, Cam Spencer mentioned? Cam Spencer mentioned in the playoffs? I don't think Cam Spencer's playing anymore. He's up there. He's in the head. They do look the same. I need the entire Spencer family studied. I need to sit down with the whole group to understand what it is about this family that produces players like Cam Spencer, like Pat Spencer. I am also curious if Cam Spencer is the first player to ever get ejected in a game that he did not play in. Do we think that's happened?
I can't think of a time when this happened.
I can't think of a time. Perhaps someone was on a bench at some point in time where they didn't actually get on the court of that game. Pat Spencer, 14 minutes, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and an ejection. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see. Now, is Pat Spencer a dog?
I think so.
See, I got in the weeds last night, CJ. I think we have to take dog status away from every single player in the NBA and reset the system, because I think we've lost the plot. I think we're calling people who are dogs not dogs. And I'm not saying that the Spencers are not dogs. One might say they're an effing grizzly bear. Okay. Shout out Zach Kleiman.
All right.
But I think we are being too gracious with the term dog. And Shaq and the NBA...
A dog is not an exclusive club. We used to make dogs. Like, people used to be dogged.
I think
Great
you are
Depression,
born
we
a
had
dog.
dogs. Yeah, we birthed dogs and we raised them in a dogged sort of way.
Sure.
And then we've lost that with the along the way. Somehow we ended up losing that. We lost it in the NBA when we decided, hey, we want players to have freedom of movement. And when you give players on the offensive side of the ball freedom of movement, you take some of that aggression away from opponents on either side. So we've taken that away, but there's still a way to be a dog in this soft-ass league. And this league is absolutely softer than it has been in years past.
But there are dogs. But when you see a dog, you know a dog. And yet you cannot really have a definitive description on a dog. But I think we've been I think we have been far too gratuitous
Who's not a dog?
With the term dog. I came to the conclusion last night, I don't think Dillon Brooks is a dog.
Okay.
Dillon Brooks is a menace.
All right.
Dillon Brooks is a little bit psychopathic. But I don't necessarily think he's a dog.
Why not?
That's the thing. I see it. And I know.
What's the difference? I'm assuming you think Draymond Green is a dog.
I'm really forcing myself to be intentional.
Okay, so Draymond Green isn't a dog.
I think Draymond Green is a dog.
Great.
He's a veteran dog.
What is the difference in him and Dillon?
That's the thing. It's an intangible.
Okay, what's the intangible?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to come to the conclusion of. You can make the argument that Dillon Brooks is a dog. I just think we're like Shaq and the NBA crew was talking about the Lakers game and talking about how the Lakers have, and this was before any of the games even were played last night. And they just got into another conversation about dogs. And I was like, we keep doing this.
Also,
and we're just trying to force dog status onto anybody who plays tough, anybody who's good, anybody who can get a bucket, anybody who shows a little bit of physicality, but that is not what makes a dog. Those are all included in the making of a dog.
I think some of them
It's that
are.
X-ray. It's that X-ray that shows it on the inside.
You're excited about this dog talk. I don't think, because I'm with you, I think we throw that around a tad too much.
And I'm guilty of it. I'm part of the problem.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yes. So I want to take a step back.
I don't think that it is. I think it's a dog is specifically only talking about how hard you play and how physical you are on the court. So I think Dillon Brooks plays really, really hard, and he's a physical player. I think that makes him a dog. I think Draymond Green plays really, really hard. He's a physical player. That makes him a dog. Now, those are good dogs, right? Like, those are dogs who are good as well. The Spencers, I think they play really, really hard, and they're really, really physical. Not sure how good they are.
See, I think the Spencers could merge into the dog status because I don't think a dog is necessarily like, the dog is never the most important player on the court. It's an energy, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset. My whole point of this is you do not technically have to have a dog on your roster to compete for a championship.
Name me a team that didn't have multiple
who on the
dogs.
Boston Celtics is a dog?
I would argue Drew Holiday. I would argue
See,
not
I think
argue.
we're a little
Drew
extra on
Holiday and what's the bald assassin?
Derek White.
Derek White. See, and I would throw.
I just think we're being gratuitous.
I don't think it is being gratuitous. Okay,
by my definition, the Nuggets championship team. Are you calling Jokic a dog?
Jokic is absolutely
Jokic is a grown-ass man, best player in the world.
Aaron Gordon was one. Brown was one. The White Brown was one as well. So they had dogs on that team. And again, for me, all a dog is, you play really, really hard, and you play physical. Like, if you can do those two things,
those are your status.
I'll throw you into the dog category criteria. I don't care if you get buckets, right? Anthony Edwards, tremendous player, gets buckets, eliminating all of his heroes. I'm glad he doesn't look up to me because he'd eliminate me, right? Like, I'm glad that that's not the case for me, but I don't think he's a dog. I think he's a great basketball player, a phenomenal scorer. I don't think he is a dog. Rudy Gobert, one of the best defensive big men of all time. I don't think Rudy Gobert is a dog.
Yeah, I don't either. I just think there's not as many we've turned this into like, if you play hard, and I don't think it should be that simple. I don't think you should get dog status if you just play hard and are physical. I think you have to be willing to die for the game, to throw your body on the line.
You don't think Draymond Green will die for basketball?
I'm just trying to really strip this back and then rebuild. So yes, I would give Draymond Green. And ultimately, if I'm working through this thought exercise excessively, Dillon Brooks probably ends up there. But I just don't think we should default to the dog. And it doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you're soft. There's a difference between someone who plays hard and is just a dog. I don't know. This is just the crazy conversations that pop off in my household on a Wednesday night watching NBA basketball as that conversation took place in the pregame show. And I was like, what are we doing? We keep talking about this. And we'll continue to talk about it because that's what we do in this little league. The Rockets did end up beating the Warriors, but it is crazy how committed they are to making this series a hell of a lot like the 2022 series against the Memphis Grizzlies.
I saw that game and was like, oh, Jessica's right. This is the exact same series.
And to be fair, it's Chris and all his little Warriors on Twitter, not friends, but cohorts, who started making those connections early with how the series was going. And I thought that the Warriors were absolutely going to lose by 50 points last night when they were down by 29 at the half. Now, that said, another piece of it is the Dillon Brooks of it all. And we have Dillon Brooks saying the quiet part out loud, but the thing that maybe you don't say before you're about to face Steph Curry going into a season on the line or a series on the line game at home, a closeout game, I guess is what we call it. I was trying to come up with the right word for it. But Dillon Brooks after the game last night was like, yeah, I'm going for his thumb. Because everyone was like Zapruder filming, and everyone's like, oh, Warriors fans are psycho, looking at this thumb that's swollen. Of course you should. That's what everybody does. But I don't think you say it.
Yeah, you say it.
Okay, well, that's where he's, a little cuckoo.
I mean, what do you mean?
A little cuckoo.
If it was a shoulder, yeah, I'm going for the shoulder. I'm going for all of it. Whatever aches on you at this point in the season, I'm going for it. I'm going to tug it. I'm going to bump it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to smack it. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh, no. Like, that's what I'm about to do. What are we talking about? I'm going to put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Yes, Jessica. What are we talking about there? He's out there playing. He gets hot. He gets going. I am absolutely coming down, swiping hard on that thumb next time he touches the ball. Absolutely I am, and I don't care who knows it.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m.